Mhm. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, I didn't know I could do that now. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I know for many of you, it's going to take a second for you to catch what's happening there. Hey, Lori. Good morning, beautiful. But when I just saw Ebony's post in the chat room with Trump having them having those swollen legs out and about. Honey, that's why I stopped talking all of a sudden. Like, oh, hey, Lori. I was going to cut my last name. Oh, Lori, I see your rose. That is so cute. Yeah, you couldn't cut it when the bumblebee was in the rose. You kind of just got to let it stay, you know? But when I saw this picture, y'all, this picture made me howl. It made me howl. Because we keep seeing, hold on, I'm going to go to this other one so you can see them together. You see, again, the White House is talking about everything, but what is going on with Trump's health? You got the swollen ankles and legs. You got the bruise on the hand. He's obviously gained weight. You know he's gained weight. You can tell. Hey, Miss Thompson, good morning. You could tell he gained weight. So what's going on with the president? And my God, I saw Mrs. Thompson put up even a closer picture of Trump. The leg, the foot. My God. My God. When you get even closer up, zoomed in on it, yeah, he's retaining water massively. But I'm going, what is it that the White House isn't telling us about Donald Trump's health? Hold on, let me go back to that. Because I gotta. Y'all remember that? I remember that. Remember when show y'all? Did y'all ever see this one? Okay, there it is. There's the picture I wanted. You saw that. You saw it, Miss Thompson. I saw your other picture inside the chat room. Listen. It's like, because I never really looked at it on my computer screen. I mostly just looked at it through this phone when I'm in the live. Listen, Gavin is right. Y'all notice, I need y'all to pay attention to something. Notice how they don't show Trump walking around much anymore. When he walked on the red carpet for the summit with Vladimir Putin, he couldn't walk in a straight line. Trump cannot walk in a straight line these days. That is a problem. Why can't the president of the United States walk in a straight line? That we shouldn't have these issues. Yep, and he's all, you know why he's hiding his hands? Hey, good morning, storyteller. I gotta show you. That's why he's hiding it. That, see? Because Epstein's showing up in that hand. We want those files. All we want is the files. That's why Trump is hiding his hand now when you see him on TV. He don't want you to see Epstein's face pop up in that hand. Because as soon as you see Epstein's face pop up in that hand, you're going to ask for those files. He don't want you asking for those files. So the best way to avoid you asking for the files, he puts his hand over one hand. Y'all notice that? Or he'll put the hand under the desk. Because now he notices that you notice it. Right? He notices that you notice it. But I pay attention. And I go, we're supposed to care about the president's health, right? Isn't that what Republicans said? You said he walked straight when he had his CNI dog, Putin, next to him. Listen. But Trump couldn't walk straight down. He can't walk straight down a red carpet like most MAGA elderly folk. They can't walk in a straight line. Y'all can't see them come into the live. They crashing out because I'm showing Trump with that hand, showing Epstein in that hand. Don't forget Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. Don't forget about that. Don't forget that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. At every moment that conservatives try to change the narrative, they don't want you to ask questions. It's not that big of a deal. It was a big of a deal when they believed in that Pizzagate shit. It was a big deal then when they were in the Pizzagate stuff. So, it's still a big deal. Y'all, if y'all could see how MAGA is crashing out in these comments. They in the comments, it doesn't matter now, block. Y'all don't even see the comments because TikTok is automatically like blocking their comment and I have to decide if I'm going to show it. I don't show it and I boot. Bye. I'm just saying, next time you see that bruise on Donald Trump's hand, if you look really closely, you can see Jeffrey Epstein. Don't forget about the Epstein files. Don't forget about the Epstein files. That's why when I saw this, I said, well, shit, this is about right. He is looking really bad. You're right. He is. Trump is looking old. He's looking like a 79, almost 80-year-old man. The very thing the White House wants you to pretend. Remember they told you the White House said he's 6'3", 230 pounds. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's an old man. He's an old man. And they don't want you to remember that he's an old man. He's an old man that they're taking advantage of. Because they write up EOs. Trump say one thing, but the EO is something else. Because he don't know. He just signing shit. Papa just in there signing stuff. They put it in front of the old guy. And the old man says, hey, I guess I'll sign it. I guess I'll sign it. Hey, Cypher Bay. No. Listen, if you don't like what I say, why are you here, beloved? Bye. Not that I don't like sarcasm. I do, but yours wasn't very good. Can't come in here with that, beloved. Come in with your own account. Yep, he signs whatever he signs whatever they put in front of him. They go make EOs and they say, go give it to Paul Paul. He'll sign anything. And he will. He will. He will. Fedora, you see how Trump trying to run from Epstein? And you see how Epstein just keep popping up everywhere. Look, every time Trump looks down at his hands, he's going to see Jeffrey Epstein. Hey, Steve, you worried about dirty Q-tips, but not about washcloths. Bye. Don't forget to write. I just wanted to make sure he heard that on his way out. I guess he called himself trying to be like, you know, brilliant or something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Hey, Bird's Life, don't come in my live asking me questions I don't want to answer. Get out. Go to somebody else's life. Bye. This is not a democracy. This is not a democracy. Y'all conservatives love the fact that Trump says it's not a democracy, so don't expect one on fucking TikTok. And good morning to all of you. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I'm watching MAGA come to my live and cry. You say, what's up with Trump's hand? Epstein is in it. That's what's up in that hand. If you stare at it long enough, you can see Jeffrey Epstein's face. Just stare at it. And then slowly Jeffrey Epstein's face starts to come into view. Listen, I'll make it so you can see it even better. Watch. Oh, Epstein. I'm telling you, man, MAGA be crashing out, y'all. And I'm going, listen, we just want the files. That's all. We just want the files. That's it. And to the MAGA that comes here and says, she's lying, y'all don't care about facts, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Y'all don't care about facts. Look, they so desperate, they signed in with their 3 troll account, and I blocked that one too. We don't allow distractions here. Thank you, Eric. I thought that this picture was very, very, very timing. Because now we know why Trump kept putting makeup on that hand. He was trying to cover up Epstein's face. He was like, yeah, we can't have that. If I keep letting them see Epstein on the back of my hand, they're going to ask for the files. And I can't have them asking for files. Man, y'all should see MAGA coming in crashing out. That's fake. Y'all ain't never care about fake news before now. Shut the fuck up. Y'all don't care about no fake news. Shut up. That is Epstein on the back of Trump's hand. Yeah, they threatened to send him to Uganda. What y'all need to understand, see, y'all let a lot of Trump wants to get you moved, right? Uganda's already saying they would give him what do you call it? They would give him protection, but a judge has already blocked it, so don't worry about it. All right, shut up. You don't care about Epstein then and you didn't care now. And washcloths are your friend. Bye. How come they all look the same? They all of the ones who are so, yeah, they were going to give him asylum. So all of the Trump men who love Donald Trump, they all look the same. It's so weird. No, they're not going to give him immunity. They're going to give him asylum. They all look the same. Hey, Lucy. They all look the same. Frank, if you're dumb enough to believe that Donald Trump is 6'3", 200 pounds, I don't know why you can't believe this picture. Bye. See, MAGA, y'all do it to yourselves. Y'all believe that Donald Trump was 6'3", 230 pounds? Why you can't believe that? Why? Yeah, those bots are out, but the bots are no match for my finger. You understand? You understand? Lorianne, all conservative women look like they should go cook something. Like you. Bye, Lorianne. Go cook something. Someone somewhere in your household needs a sandwich. Nope, you can't come in my live with that. I don't allow you here. Y'all say y'all not independent women. Y'all take care of your families. Then what are you doing on your husband's internet that he pays for to come talk to me? Stop talking to me. Go cook something. Yeah. Women should be seen, not heard. And I'm not going to let you come here and I see you. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't see you either. Mm-hmm. Yep. Not them aging like the milk. And you know, Mantis, that milk got clumps in it. Say it again. Newsom 2028. Look, I saw this yesterday. Look, I'm going to put this up while I go find the Newsom thing. Look at him, y'all. Look at him. Look at him, y'all. Y'all know he be like that at the White House. Y'all know he be like that at the White House. You know he do. Look at this. Look at this. Now, I saw a post yesterday. Gavin Newsom says he going to be opening the store soon with these flags. Honey, I'm going to get me a Make America Gavin Again flag. Do you understand? Do you understand? Because I got Trumpers in my neighborhood. I'm gonna put it on my pickup. Uh-oh, that was the wrong one. I'm going to put that Gavin flag on my fucking pickup truck. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to ride around conservative trailer parks. Uh-huh. And I'm going to have them come out and I'm going to make them think that I'm going to give them like food or some help. And then when they get close to the truck, I'm going to drive off fast. Because they don't like socialism, right? They don't like socialism. Matter of fact, when they get close to the truck, I'm going to say, hey, do you like socialism? And when they say no, I say, oh, well, I ain't going to give it to you then. I'm going to go drive off and give the help to somebody else. Yep, because a lot of Trumpers still got Trump flags hanging around, even though Donald Trump ain't doing nothing good for nobody but himself. So I'm going to get me one of these damn Gavin flags. He going to have hats. I love this. Can I tell you how much I love this shit? Can I tell you how beautiful this is? Thank you, Gavin Newsom. Thank you, Gavin Newsom. Thank you. What they say, Trump, and they say Trump is even more annoyed at all of this stuff. Don't forget all of these things. Him sleeping at events, the bruise on the hand. Look at him right there. The swelling in the ankles, the hand stuff. When are people going to start asking the tough questions? When are people going to start asking the tough questions about Donald Trump's health? When? We talked about Joe Biden's health so much. We should be talking about Trump's health. We should be talking about what's going on. That's what we should be talking about. I crack up. A MAGA thought they was going to come in. No, you can't come in. This is an exclusive community. So y'all know they come back. Y'all know they come back, right? They always come back. So I'm like, this community is exclusive. If you want to come back, you already know how you have to behave if you want to come back. Oh, I know, they're big time triggered. This shit gives me so much joy. What Melania says, be best. Be best. Be best. Junior, you stopped being a junior a long time ago, beloved. You're now a senior. Blocked. How long you gonna try to hang on to that junior thing? Come on now. Come on now. When your A1C is that messed up, you cannot call yourself junior. Johnny, don't you have a job to go to? Well, maybe not, but you can't hang out here. This is an exclusive community. Exclusive. They are big time mad. Look, EBT Hellcat. This is exclusive. Time to go get your stamps. Bye. Don't forget to write. I hope you can afford a stamp. They are so mad, y'all. They are mad this morning. And notice how it's all men. You know what I mean? Gay Pride Month. When is Gay Pride Month? Is it July? June? It's about to be September. I thought y'all said it was wrong for men to love men. Thank you all so much. I appreciate that. I thought y'all said it was wrong to love men. But look at conservative men in here early this morning loving on Trump. Look at them all upset. She's talking about my president. Hey, Riley's mom, time for you to go cook and get some good skincare. Bye, beloved. Lotion matters. Hey, good morning. They get so upset. They get so upset. Good. That means I'm doing my job. And you're still poor. And Trump is still in the Epstein files. You know? Trump is still in the Epstein files, beloved. It hasn't changed anything. You're still poor. You still don't know how you're going to make ends meet. Rich people are still getting richer while you still bootlicking. You still on your knees. Get off your knees. Come on. Especially when the guy that you're on your knees for can't even get on his knees. I'm doing well, Frank. I hope all is well with you. Get off y'all knees, man. I would be embarrassed by the behavior at this point. Embarrassed that I don't have enough backbone to not be on our knees. Hold on, let me put up our favorite photo this morning. You know, because conservative men, they hold Trump so close and tight in their heart. I love this man. That's conservative men. Just like, you know, like they breathe in and inhale so deeply next to Trump. I don't know how. Y'all act like y'all don't smell that. But it's okay. I understand. I understand. Y'all are so focused. Have I seen the pictures on the White House page? He's on his knees. That is AI, Cassie. That's AI, beloved. Trump can't get on his knees. He can't get on his knees. We all know this. If he did get on his knees, he still have to have somebody help him get up. It's no fucking way. It's no fucking way. No, Courtney, we're actually having an exclusive conversation that is above your pay grade. Bye, beloved. Besides, I got this thing about spelling the name Courtney without the N and the E. That just, it don't make sense. That's just somebody carrying on to be carrying on. That means Courtney is your name, not Courtney. I won't allow it. That's DEI. To allow you to spell that name different than the traditional way that it's spelled, that is DEI. Nope. I will not give equality to that, so I put it out. Thanks so much, Brandy. I appreciate that. Yep, it's DEI, J-Rap. It was DEI. There's only one way to spell Courtney. One way to spell Courtney. So when you start doing it other ways, DEI, I will not allow it. Nope, gotta go. So Courtney couldn't stay because that's not how you spell Courtney. You said that picture is him on his knees to Putin, but it is AI generated. If Trump could get on his knees for Putin, he would. DEI is the first lady being an immigrant. Say it again. DEI is Trump's entire cabinet. Trump is a DEI hire. Trump is a DEI hire. Period. Thank you, Black Goddess. Black Goddess, what they say, I train to clap back at these MAGAs. And it's really not hard. You know what I mean? It's not hard because they're so emotional. See, that's the thing I want y'all to remember. When you want to handle somebody, stay out of your emotions. Stay out of your emotions. Because when you're in your emotions, you're not able to think with clarity and strategy. See, I'm not emotional. MAGA is emotional. This is why when they try to come at me, it never goes over well. Because they're emotional. And you know why they're emotional? Because they lack the the capacity to really go toe to toe with me in that regard. All they can do is say names. None of that shit is going to get me out of my person. None of it. None of it. Because at the end of the day, my skin is still moisturized. My neck is not black because I wash it with a washcloth every day. Twice a day, actually. Because when I go to the gym in the morning, I come home and I take this thing called a shower. And I use this thing called a wash rag. So I am unbothered by anybody having anything to say to me. Let me see the back of the collar on your jacket. Let me see what your pillowcase look like. So you see why I'm unbothered. I am unbothered. I'm unbothered by people like that. That it makes me know never mind. Not the bottom of their feet. So I don't worry about these people. This is why they get mad when I put that swole ass pig foot that belongs to Donald Trump up on the screen. Because that's how their foot looks. That's how their foot looks. The only difference is, unlike Trump can buy new shoes every time. Because his shits get stretched out like socks, the shoes. Because they're custom. Them, oh, no. They still got to wear those brick houses to Walmart. I saw a Trumper yesterday. I went to BJ's. And I saw a Trumper yesterday get in because I just know they had on the hat. And they got into a cart, right? They got into a cart, one of those motorized carts. And he went to go start it up. And that bitch ain't start up. Can I tell you, I laughed on the inside watching that shit. So then he moved himself to the motorized cart next to that cart that wouldn't start up. So he started up that cart. He got that cart. Now, you know those motorized carts have a basket on the front. But I guess what he wanted to get was more, it was going to be bigger than the basket on the front of the cart. So then he decided, I'm going to take a cart too. Now, I'm in the store with my daughter, and we're in this particular aisle, and we're getting like I had to get a mattress box spring for my youngest daughter yesterday. So he tries to come down the aisle that we're at with the flatbed and pulling out the frame. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm not moving for this motherfucker. He saw us here already, and I didn't move. He had to back that little cart back. Beep, 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 beep. While he was holding the other cart next to him and go around. I'm not moving for you. You fucking saw me. Figure it out. And if you couldn't see me, you shouldn't be driving anyway. I told y'all, my heart bleeds peanut butter. I give no fucks. If he would have even fell out that cart, I wouldn't even have helped his ass. I would have been like, oh, make America great again. And then I would have walked off. Listen, I don't get fazed by none of that shit. Y'all don't like socialism. It's socialist for me to pick you up off the floor. You should get up on your own, right? That's why I say Governor Abbott, he say he don't believe in DEI either out of Texas. Bullshit. A wheelchair is DEI, is it not? Is a wheelchair not DEI for somebody who cannot walk? It creates equality, does it not? It allows this person to get around and be mobile even though their legs don't work. But yet Governor Abbott says he doesn't like DEI. Then stop using a wheelchair then, sir. But he won't stop using a wheelchair. Even when Governor Abbott speaks to the people of Texas, they try to frame it and present it in a way as if he's not handicapped. As if he has no disability. Say it again. Walk on your own, sir. Take those damn DEI ramps off of the, take those DEI ramps off of the Texas State House. Nah, he should crawl up to the steps inside the Texas State House on his forearms. If he's as tough and as strong as he says he is, right? Exactly. They're full of shit. That's why I love to see conservatives, Democrats, honestly, talk about it and be as trolling as possible. Troll their ass. I love seeing MAGA write letters to Trump. Please, President Trump, our business is suffering. And when I'm reading it, I'm going, I hope your ass goes out of business. You voted for this. And Trump said, did Trump not say it's going to be tough? Didn't Trump say that? Trump says you got to be willing to suffer. So I don't understand why conservatives are writing Trump letters. Shut up and suffer. Oh, Roger gone. Lisa, ain't no point. I saw Roger. I just didn't say nothing. I just blocked him and sent him packing. Roger's upset because I'm pointing out the obvious about Trump. Yep, Trump did say max out 2 Christmas gifts for Christmas for your children. Now y'all letting rich people tell you how much you can give your own kids. Pay attention. Rich people done told you now, school is woke. Kids don't need an education. Clean drinking water is woke. Vaccines are woke. Y'all better wake up. Y'all better wake up. Lisa, if y'all want to black out the system, y'all got to be willing to do the things that are uncomfortable. And I told y'all before, I told you yesterday. I said, y'all got to be willing to be in it for the long haul, to hurt rich people. Until rich people are hurting, nothing changes. I'm just telling you, nothing will change as long as y'all keep rich people comfortable. Because they're going to wait you out. They're going to wait you out because they figure that you don't have the discipline to follow through. That's what they figure. You ain't got the discipline. Or they can throw up another distraction and you'll go run chase that. Trump with this National Guard shit, all of that's a distraction. I can tell you right now, National Guard ain't really doing shit in DC. They're just there. It's all optics. More than anything, they're in the way. The locals are like, move the fuck out the way. Move out the way. It's no value to it. You know where he should send the National Guard? Send them to Louisiana. Mike Johnson's district. Where Mike Johnson's from? Oh, they got a shitload of crime in Louisiana. Send them there. Send them to Mississippi. Send them to Texas. Send them to Oklahoma. Send them to Republican states. Because that's where you got mucho crime at. That's where you got mucho crime. Send them to Arkansas. Exactly. Pat, I'm sending you to the kitchen to go make a sandwich, beloved. Bye. Pat thought she was going to get through. No, she not. Send them to conservative states. They got a lot of poverty and a lot of fucking crime. And not many teeth. Catch it. Where am I wrong? They got more criminals than they got teeth in those states. Where am I wrong? I'm not. Send them to Tennessee. Now, I was joking with y'all yesterday. I said, the reason why I ain't been to Memphis is because of First 48. I was joking, but I was serious as hell. Like, from TV, from looking at the television, there's no reason for me to go to Tennessee. I know a friend of mine, her and her husband, they moved to Tennessee. And she hates it. She hates it. She cannot wait to get her ass out of Tennessee. She said, this shit sucks. She hates it. And I know she gonna move out of Tennessee. I know her and her husband will. That's one thing I know about her. If her and her husband don't like something, they're gonna make it happen and go somewhere else. And they're originally from Florida. She's lived in many different places. But she's like, I can't do Tennessee. She's like, these people here are weird. I'd love to hang with you too, Lisa. But see, I'm not even about the shits in real life. You said they're launching an investigation saying DC was not reporting crime. They're full of shit. They're full of shit. You know why they want to talk about it? Because they hope that if they talk about it, y'all forget about Trump and them Epstein files. Real shit. Say it again, Nessa. Research before you move. Trump is trying to do everything so you don't ask about the Epstein files. Stay focused. Stay focused. Amanda, it's time for you to go cook something, beloved. Bye. Go be domestic. We don't allow conservative women in here. It's funny, she's conservative, but she got the picture with her chest showing and all this other stuff, so she can't have no husband. Because a conservative woman wouldn't be doing that if she had a husband at home, right? Okay. I just love calling y'all out. I guess she thought she was going to be able to come in here. Not in here. Go to somebody else's live. There are plenty of other lives on TikTok that will talk to conservatives. I'm just not one of those lives. I get more favor. I get more of Republican Jesus's favor when I boot y'all. Republican Jesus be up there like, do it. Okay. Okay. Sonopa, hey, beautiful. They bother me because they're a lot of it is, I'm going to tell you what a lot of it is. A lot of it is some people, they only feel good when they're fucking with people. They don't have anything else to look forward to. They don't have any accomplishments in their life. Think about it. A lot of people who look up to Donald Trump, they look up to him because they haven't accomplished shit. They still poor. They still live in a shitty community. You understand? They see no future for themselves at all. So they live vicariously through people like Trump. Imagine how bad your life gotta be when you gotta live through Trump to feel better. My God. That's why they act the way they do, y'all. That's why they act the way they do. And I'm telling you, a lot of them are elderly. Now, I was taught to respect my elders. However, I don't have to help you do anything if I don't want to. So you know what I do? I'm aware of my surroundings. If I know your ass was MAGA, I'm not helping you do shit. I don't even give a fuck if you're on that. I've fallen and I can't get up. You know what I'm going to say? Well, I'm sending thoughts and prayers, beloved, because I'm not coming to help you. Helping you get up would be socialism. Mama and Papa, you use your own knees and get up. We fall down, but we get up. Listen, get up on your own accord. You asking somebody else to help you up when you fall is DEI. If you say you don't like DEI and you're part of a party that doesn't like DEI, then I don't like you either. And I'm not going to do DEI for you. I'm going to sit there and watch you just be on the floor. Might even pull up a chair, might even pull out some popcorn. But I'm not going to help you up because you need to do that on your own accord. Right? Yep, Trump sold them bullshit and they fell for it. I'm glad they fell for it. They'll just be more poor, more destitute, looking for somebody else to blame. Now, 2 years from now, who y'all blame when y'all still poor? Joe Biden? Okay. Hillary Clinton? Barack Obama? Like, who do y'all blame? At some point, you got to go look in the mirror. At some point, you got to go look at yourself. You're at fault. You're right, Kiara. They'll try to blame Obama. You know, and the saddest part is they can try to blame Obama and Obama is still rich. He still has beautiful skin. They can't blame Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's still rich too. Can't blame Biden's son. Hunter's rich too. That's why I love it. I'm like, okay. Oh, it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Beautiful, beautiful thing. They're going to try to blame everybody under the sun. And you know what I'm going to say to them? Count your pennies. It's time to go grocery shopping. I just want to know, when MAGA gets to the grocery store, can you pay for those groceries with all your hatred and anger? Or does the cashier still expect like paper currency? Because I can guarantee you cannot pay in anger and retribution at the dollar store. You said sirloin is $18 a pound. I wonder if they're gonna buy that sirloin with all with the thoughts and prayers that we're going to send for them. Because I'm not giving up shit. This is why I told you guys to start co-ops in your communities. I meant it. Start co-opting in your communities. Do not allow conservatives in your co-ops. No. You believe in liberty, freedom, and no socialism? Well, you ain't gonna socialize your ass up in our co-op. Because we believe in all of that shit. We believe in all of it. And so because we believe in all of it, we're not going to listen to what you're talking about. Period. That's the mindset y'all got to get to having. You say you're giving grants to the first 5 people. No, you not. Not with 1,210. You ain't no damn philanthropist. Stop lying. Philanthropists don't do that. They don't say, hey, the first 5 people that say blah, 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 I'm going to give you some money. They don't do that. They don't do that. Okay? Hey, Big Martin, if you want to talk, be brave enough to come on your own account. Can't come on that and hide. Bye-bye. I don't do no punk-ass commentary. If you want to talk commentary and talk that you're saying that what I'm saying isn't true, come up on your real account. Okay? No avatars, no filters and shit. I want to see how bad built y'all really are. Okay? Because it's always the ones that are like, you know, where you're just like, oh, that's why you're angry. Okay. If I was built like that, I'd be angry too. I'd be mad too. I'd be like, why has thou art forsaken me? You know, I would do the same thing. But that's not my ministry, beloved, so I don't know anything about it. But I do know how to pick a misshapen one out of a lineup. You can always sense the misshapen ones, you know. Built like the number 4, like. Exactly, Big M. Philanthropists don't broadcast their gifts. That's how come you know it's a broke person doing it. That's why I was like, chill. Block. Say it. Listen, in Florida, they're already using Klarna and Affirm cards to pay for groceries. They're already using it. And can I say I'm happy? Clap along if you feel this room without a roof. Hey. That's me. I am so excited to see Florida go broke. I am so excited. So every time I see business about Florida, I look, this is my face when I read news about Florida. I'm going, look at God. It's what they voted for, right? Florida voted for this shit. So I'm always happy when Florida gets exactly what they voted for, right? Because I wouldn't want them not to get what they voted for. I love to watch them getting exactly what they voted for. Not you tracing out the number 4 in your mind. But yeah, so the way I see it, they're getting what they voted for. So to me, ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Now, I wanted to tell y'all about something I read yesterday that happened in Oklahoma. In Oklahoma, a man was arrested after his 11-year-old stepdaughter gave birth. I'm gonna give y'all a moment to register what I just said. I'll give you a moment. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I'm going to say it again. An Oklahoma man was arrested after the 11-year-old stepdaughter gives birth. Yes, and the mother was also charged with enabling abuse because she knew it was happening. The mother knew it was happening, did nothing to protect her child. Nothing to protect her child. So the mother knew. She did nothing. And when you see the mother and the stepfather, those are the type of people that would vote for Trump and claim that somebody else is taking their job. Okay. And the fact that they're supposed to be 34 and 33. Yep, she gave birth at home. The little girl had no prenatal care at all. None. None. The parents tried to claim they didn't initially know that she was pregnant, but the child hadn't been to a doctor in over a year. In over a year. And they had been homeschooling the children, so nobody was able to even know what was happening. See, this is the other problem I don't like in America. They let anybody and their mama homeschool. Anybody. So if these two, we know they're lying, but if they didn't know that she was pregnant, why the fuck are they homeschooling children? Exactly. They knew. Oh, I know they knew. The mama knew exactly what was happening. She didn't give a shit. She didn't give a shit. I'm like, but that's the America they want to go back to. Republicans. I'm just like, wow. And look, they had other kids in the house. They had kids ages 2, 4, 6, 7, and 9. The children were living in deplorable conditions because there was no running water in the home. They were living in their own body fluid stuff and excrement. But that's supposed to be American excellence. Those are the people that say immigrants come and take their jobs. I told y'all, a lot of the reason why certain people don't like immigrants shine a light on American white mediocrity. And that is a fact. Because that ain't nothing about that shit excellent. Raising those babies in that horrible poverty. Not educating them. And then not protecting them. Yep, and then they'll call themselves Christians. But quiet is kept justice. If you look at the history books, they're acting exactly the way Christians have always behaved historically. Think about it. They're acting the way Christians have always acted historically. And when y'all take that veil out from over your eyes, you can start to see. The church is keeping you poor too. Because the church is working in cahoots with rich folk. To keep your ass poor and in check and obedient. Wake up. When I saw that story yesterday, I was like, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. And they lied and put it under the guise of freedom. That has nothing to do with freedom. Yep, you're right. You're right, Maribel. When a child has a disability, they place that child in a home. Oh, they took the other kids, Big M. They took all the children out that house, as the state should have. They took all the kids out. All of them. But my thing is, what on paper meant that this family was qualified to homeschool their children? See, the government needs to have more regulations on that. Because there are a lot of people who are homeschooling their kids who don't need to be teaching their kids nothing. They can barely read themselves. How the hell are they going to teach their child how to read, how to write, how to do math? You are barely doing it yourself. The article doesn't say how they found out that this happened. I just know that according to the article, she gave birth, and somehow, some way, probably somebody in the community told. Somebody saw something and told. 9 times out of 10, that's what happened. Somebody outside of that house snitched, which needed to do. They needed to do. And I'm reading here, they say the victims, the other kids in the house, were found to be living in dog feces and had no clothing. So they raising them like feral animals, essentially. They just having babies. Babies they obviously cannot afford to take care of, right? But that's what the Republican Party wants you to do. Just keep making babies, keep making babies, keep making babies. And pray to God, even if you don't have money to feed them, pray to God, and maybe he'll bless you and give money to your kids. No, he's not. That's not how that works. God gives you information and knowledge. And if they're still choosing to do something different, that's abuse. That's neglect. That's abuse and neglect. Yeah, Lavender, I would agree. Somebody in the neighborhood had to know. But somebody found out and snitched. And that's how they got exposed. You say you worked for the LSUAD for 16 years. And when I see some people who say they homeschool, say it again, Days. I feel sorry for the children ultimately. Because the children are going to lose. I told you about that video I saw about 2 weeks ago. A conservative family. And the parents are both college educated. And they homeschool all their kids. And they have an older child. I think she was like maybe 10. And they asked the little girl what's 5 times 5. And the little girl didn't know what 5 times 5 was. And the mama said, we don't teach that. And they laughed. There you go. There you go, Lisa. They laughed that she didn't know 5 times 5. She didn't know 5 times 5, 6 times 6, 12 times. She didn't know any of her multiplication tables. The mother said, we don't do that. We teach the Bible. But both of her parents are college educated. That shit is neglect. The parents should be charged with neglect. They should be charged with neglect. Point blank, period. They should be charged with neglect. Not put on a pedestal and praised because they're not taking care of their children. Yeah, you know what it is, Maribel? Her parents got indoctrinated. They got indoctrinated. That's the part that gets me the most. And those people should not be able. See, the government, honestly, you should have to have get a license to have children. Real shit. You should have to have a license to have children. Because there are some people in the world who should not be allowed to procreate. They ain't gonna take care of them kids. They ain't gonna take care of their kids. Now, the good thing about this Oklahoma case is these parents will probably never see these children again. Because these are the charges against both defendants are punishable by up to life in prison. Good. The best thing that ever happened to those children was for their parents to be arrested. Yep. Their parents had to be arrested. They maybe could have a better life now, depending on where they end up getting placed. They may end up with a better life. But those kids were on a one-way ticket to nowhere. And that's what's on. America does not protect its most vulnerable. Yeah, it's sad when the best thing is the worst thing, but sometimes that's the best thing you could do for those kids. You could say the parents could be a mental illness, but nah, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that because I know people that have had mental illness. They ain't never do that to their kids. Never. They never tried to violate their children. They never neglected and didn't take care of their kids. Not none of the people I knew with mental illness. Nope. These are people who are sane. They just trifling as fuck. They just trifling as fuck. And 9 times out of 10, whoever raised them didn't raise them with much of nothing. I'm just keeping it all the way a buck. A lot of this is folks don't have no home training. That's what I was taught. Lack of home. When you hear somebody say the phrase lack of home training, that means that they weren't taught any of the things that they were supposed to be taught at home. Yeah, whoever receives those children, it's going to be a lot of work because those babies have essentially been raised like animals. They've been raised like animals. So they literally have to be reprogrammed. They have to get raised from scratch. That's the average home in Oklahoma. Really, I've never been to Oklahoma. That's another state I've had no desire to ever visit. Oh, Black Goddess, you say you see it every day. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. And that's so unfortunate, man. But you know what? And then rich and powerful people will manipulate those people and say, don't let the government come in and tell you you got to send your kids to school. And it's like, but you're doing a disservice to the child by convincing that stupid ass parent that they have enough education and brains to homeschool that child. I don't know. I'm going to look it up. Let's look it up. Because I know they deal with a lot of poverty in Oklahoma. What is the... Oh, shoot. What did I do? Oh, daggone, I closed the whole daggone thing by accident. Hold on, y'all. I did not mean to do that. Okay, it's going to restore all my pages. No, it ain't even restore all the pages. Oh, yes, it did. I'm about to say the devil is a liar. What is the average... Come on. Now, wait a minute. Now, what is going on? Okay, let me turn this off. Because you get on my nerves doing that. What is the average home price in Oklahoma? Okay. According to this, housing is pretty expensive in Oklahoma. For Oklahoma. About the median home price in Oklahoma is about $299,000. So Oklahoma, even though they don't get paid a lot of money, the housing is expensive for the region. When you look at the amount of that it costs, yeah, it's like $300,000 is the average price. The article didn't say how they found out that she gave birth. My assumption is someone in the community found out something and told the authorities. Like somebody told. That's my assumption. But that's just, they had 6 total children in that home. That obviously it was a house of horrors. Obviously, it was a house of horrors. Because if it was anything more than that, it was impossible. It just sounded like to me these also were two people that should have never had any children. Yeah, she gave birth at home. Oh, she went to a hospital. Yeah, well, of course, because at 11 years old, a hospital's going to go, what the fuck is an 11-year-old doing in here after having a baby? Like, why was an 11-year-old pregnant? That's going to be the natural next question that a hospital asks. You know, that's the next obvious progression. That's why people would ask. You say they told after the baby was born, baby is protected until birth. They usually end up having the most children, unfortunately. Those of us who are woke, abortion is illegal in Oklahoma too. So women in Oklahoma don't have freedom over their own bodies. That's how I frame it. In Oklahoma, the government has more control over your body than you do. That's how I do it on a personal level. That's how I do it. I always say it like that. I always say it like that. Because ultimately, that's really what it is. Ultimately, that's what it is. The women in Oklahoma don't have dominion over their own body. That's what happens. They don't have dominion over their own bodies. And because they don't have dominion over their own bodies, they're not able to make their own decisions. This is America. This is America. I'm just like, whoa. Now, I want to tell y'all something else. You know how we're dealing with this stuff with inflation and the tariffs and higher costs. One of the places you're going to pay higher costs is car parts. I'm looking at something now and they're showing a disc brake rotor, right? Rotors for your brakes, right? In November up until March, that it was $77. Now that same car part is $90 because of tariffs. This is why I say elections have consequences. Elections have consequences. And when we allow people to pretend that it doesn't, we just going to continue to stay broke. We're just going to continue to stay broke. But something's got to give. Because at the all of it, the rich are robbing us. But ultimately, we're giving it all away. Another way to get you to think about it, it costs you 25% more these days to buy concealer to hide bruises on your hand. Oh, insurance is insane, C. Mandy. Insurance is insane. My husband and I, we are this close to being like, fuck it. We'll just pay the fines. The fines are cheaper than the fucking insurance. That's who you think it is. You see Jeffrey Epstein in his hands too. Oh, you working claims and auto insurance? Yeah. It's getting to a point, frankly, that the state fees for not having insurance are cheaper than the insurance. You say you have a used car and you paying over, that's crazy that you're paying over $200 for insurance on a used car. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That is crazy. But remember, folks got to pay 25% more just to have concealer to hide Jeffrey Epstein's face on the back of their hand. All because of Trump tariffs. Man, say it again, Sharon. Folks don't want to just lock in and stay focused on it. You know why? Because they don't like how I make them feel. Well, you think it's going to get better because you ain't paying attention. Damn, $597 for 3 cars. That's a lot. That's a lot, man. That's a lot for car insurance. That's a lot. Car insurance used to be cheap. You say you work claims for insurance at a hospital and the amount of people are paying is ridiculous. Yeah, it's nuts now out here. I told y'all, that's one of the reasons why I have been looking at other countries and doing my research. As much as I love America and I love certain things about it, I am not willing to be homeless for it. I'm not willing to be homeless for it. I'm tired of this country taking all my hard-earned money and just giving it to rich people. I've had enough. I'm tired of working so hard. And no matter how hard you work, you still gonna always be behind. No matter what. There's no concept of ever getting ahead because the system don't want you to get ahead. It wants you to stay behind. $203 a month for a 26-year-old used car. That's ridiculous. That is highway robbery. But people act like that shit is normal. Nothing about that is normal. Nothing. Me personally, I'm just tired, y'all. I am just tired. I'm going, listen, enough's enough. Fuck this. I'd rather just sell all my stuff and move to a country where I'm safe. The government ain't attacking me. I don't have to give all my money to rich people. Because I don't need to be rich. I just want to be comfortable. I don't have a desire. The rich is not what I'm chasing. I just want the government to leave me the fuck alone. Stop taxing me into oblivion. Stop allowing businesses to take advantage of me. Raise all the prices so much I can't even afford necessity. I'm over all that shit. So I have been looking. I haven't settled on one particular thing yet. One particular location. But I've been looking. I've even been looking at companies I can sell my home to that will let me stay in the house for 6 months after I sell the house to them to pack up and be able to move somewhere else, to take everything I have. Yeah, I don't have any pointers to give you yet, Days, because I'm still looking. I'm still looking. Because one of the things that I'm remembering is don't go from sugar to shit. You say Veracruz, Mexico, I'll look them up too because I love Mexico. I love that it's so close to the equator. I love the heat. See, I'm a person that loves heat. So for me, now Sanopa, you know I don't know how to speak Spanish. But I figure if I could get immersed in it, I know I'll learn it because you ain't got no fucking choice. You know what I mean? But I'm like, I can't take it anymore. I'm tired of suffering. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tired. You like the cold. You're looking into Antarctica. No way. Sincerely. I can't do it. I can't do it. But, okay, well, I'll look into them too, Sanopa. Because I see here, they're also known as see, I'm going to say the name wrong. Hiroquia, Veracruz is a major port city and municipal seat for the surrounding municipality of Veracruz on the Gulf of Mexico. So I'm going to check it out. Oh yeah, the food going to be the business. I've tried Duolingo, Katie, but I'm going to try again. My niece right now is with her mom and their family visiting family in El Salvador for the next month. So I need to learn. I was supposed to learn Spanish before my niece was born and still hadn't learned it. But I'm going to learn it. Try Pingo. Okay, let me try that too. Try Pingo to learn languages. Yeah, because see, this is the thing. I probably could have learned it on some other apps by now, but they want to charge you money. And that's why I do know Spanish. No más. No más. I don't want to pay. I don't have to pay. So that's when my Spanish comes out. No más. Because I'm not paying any more money to anybody. You said you used Duo for a year and it really helped. I was able to go to Mexico and speak with confidence. Okay. I'm going to try this Pingo. You said it's a $10 a month, but we're moving quick. Germany. Okay, you're going to Germany. I've heard good things about Germany too. Honestly, Norway's so pretty. I've looked at Norway too. But that's far, far. Like far, far. And it's kind of cold. I don't want to go nowhere real cold. You know what I mean? But Veracruz looks gorgeous. Like when I'm just looking at pictures and stuff, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Oh, you're looking at Ireland? Ah, okay. That's fair. Yeah, yeah, Norway is gorgeous. I hear Thailand's nice too, but then you got to learn the language. You don't have to, but I would want to learn the language. You love Veracruz? Sonopa, how many times have you been there? Because I trust your opinion on things. I'm going to dig into them today. I am. I'm going to dig into them today. Right now in Veracruz today, it is 88 degrees. Damn. You know it feel good down there. It's 88 degrees in there right now. To fly from Baltimore to Veracruz only costs $350. Canada, I've looked, but I haven't settled on a region. Canada's so fucking huge that I'm having a tough time figuring out a location. You say Vietnam? Honestly, I thought about Vietnam because I told y'all my nail tech moved to Vietnam, and I'm mad. Because he's originally from Vietnam, so he moved back. I was like, shit, I might have to follow Duncan. I might have to follow Duncan, you know. But yeah, I'm going to check out Veracruz. I'll take a look at the Vietnam stuff. But I'm going to check out Veracruz today. Only reason why, Lisa, like I said, no, I'm not going to Australia. Have you seen those bugs and those animals? I mentioned that yesterday. No, ma'am, no, sir. Australia is off the list because of the shit I see on the internet. When it comes to the spiders, the bugs, and the animals. That's a no. Look, that's going to be a no for me, dog. I've thought about China, but China's a huge country again, so it comes down to picking a region. I've thought about Japan. It comes down to picking a region. I'm keeping it all the way above because it really comes down to picking a region. I've thought about some different countries in Africa too. But it comes down to me researching. And then you got to visit these places more than one time. You say, see, I trust Sonopa. I trust all of you. But she's telling me about this Veracruz. See, I love the heat. So wherever I go, it's got to have some level of heat to it. See, I'm going to tell you one of the reasons why I had been looking at Japan and China. Their technology. Because they are actually living in 2025. America, we're not living in 2025. Because the American system blocks us off from getting access to all that great technology in other countries. Because they don't want you seeing that we don't have access to that shit. They don't want you to see that. They want you to think that we have the best of the best. No, we don't. We're behind. You said be weird with Mexico. They're picking up on anti-American sentiment. And I can understand Mexico picking up on it. When your next door neighbor is being mucho racist, and then your Americans are going to try to jump over the border and come down to Mexico and bring that same bullshit ass mindset with them, Mexicans ain't having it. They like, listen, now you can come here if you want to come move here, but you're going to have to follow the law just like you want us to follow it for you. But don't you come down here with your bullshit. Yeah, I said mucho racist. Nah, I wouldn't do the Bahamas. They get susceptible to too much bad weather. That's the only reason why I wouldn't do tropical islands. Global warming got me shook on tropical islands. They get too much bad weather. Ah, okay, Sonopa. I see you. No, the wall was painted black just because they stupid. Yeah, if I was a Mexican, I would have been pissed off too with America. Like, what? Are you fucking kidding me? Those motherfuckers want to say we're ghetto. They want to say we're uncouth. Get the fuck out of here. So I understand why Mexico has had the response to America that they've had. I understand. Because only Americans think that America's the best place ever. Because if that was true, everybody in America would be trying to get out. And contrary to unpopular belief, contrary to popular belief in America, everybody that lives in Mexico ain't trying to get out of Mexico. A lot of people that live in Mexico love the country they live in. They have no desire to move out of Mexico at all. You know, that's propaganda. That's propaganda. Only Americans think that shit. Because anytime I've ever visited Mexico, the people that live there seem to love living in Mexico. They don't have any desire to move to America at all. And a lot of them think Americans are fucking ignorant and stupid because a lot of us are ignorant and stupid, especially when we go to visit their country. Because all of a sudden we forget to act like we got any home training, because I'm thinking a lot of Americans ain't got no home training. When they go somewhere, they just act a damn fool. And then that's why the locals look at you like, the fuck is you doing? Because they weren't raised to pretend to act that way. So it's weird to them that you act that way when you go out of town. Because they don't do that. Not see case in point, Oklahoma. Yeah, we've been fed a lie. But that's the propaganda. That's the propaganda. That's also why America wants to get back to being an isolationist. Because Americans are getting too exposed to other countries and how good other countries have it. And it's making you question your own government. And your government don't want you doing that. They want you just to put your head down and be obedient. Right? But when you start asking questions, then you're not an obedient little patriot anymore. That's a problem. That is a problem for America and for the systems that want to keep their thumb on your neck and keep control of you. Wake up. Hey, Judy, good morning. Wake up. I know when I've gone to Jamaica, the people that live in Jamaica, they love their country. Jamaicans love fucking Jamaica. Do you understand? Even when they leave Jamaica and move to another country, they're still like, I am Jamaican. They still are Jamaicans. They love their country. They love their country. I've been looking. Trust me, I've been looking. And frankly, I had been looking at Latin countries because they're below the equator and they're going to be warmer. It was that or a country on the continent of Africa, because that's where the warmth is. It's warm. It's warm. And a lot of African countries, their first language is English. So it's not even about learning the language. Because see, a lot of Americans don't understand that. A lot of Americans assume that in a lot of African countries, their first language is English. In a lot of African countries, their first language is is some other dialect. Their first language is usually English in a lot of these African nations. Because they also are thinking about the world. They also think about the world. Yeah, every African nation, their first language is not a non-English language. You got to go look it up. Yeah, and there are a lot of African nations that are colonized by the British. So if you move from America to those countries, you're just moving to a different country that's still been colonized by the same group of ancestors, white ancestors. You understand? So you just got to pick your poison. And that's just real shit. Wherever you go, respect the locals. That's the big thing that I want to just remind folk. Respect the locals. If you decide to move to another country, don't think you're going to move to that country and then attempt to Americanize it. They ain't asking for that. They don't want to be America. Those countries do not want to be America. So don't bring your American ass to these countries I'm Americanized. No, nobody wants that. You can keep your ass in America if that's what you want to. See, I don't have a desire to do that. I would love to go to another country, learn the languages, be a part of the languages and the customs. And when I'm in my 70s and 80s, and I'm telling people, well, no, I wasn't born and raised here, but I am now considered a local because I've been here for 20 years. I follow the customs. I speak the languages. I respect the people. Because I wanted to be a part of this community. That's why I came here. And I haven't found that quite yet. And I'm going to tell you the other thing that's been scaring me. I've been afraid to travel back and forth in and out of the country because of this raggedy ass government. You know? I would go to Spain, but I understand that Spain ain't good. Spain and Italy ain't good for black folk. So I just know that's not a place I would want to migrate to. If I'm leaving racism here, I don't want to move to another place that I got to deal with racism. I'm not interested in that. Yeah, so for me, Italy and Spain are not even an option. Yep, I never even thought about it nor looked. Yep, Europe either. I'm going to tell you another reason I ain't interested in Europe. Their food is shit. I'm not moving over there to have figgy pudding. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want that shit. Nothing about their cuisine looks remotely interesting to me. So for me, that's why I wouldn't move there. Their food is a complete fucking turnoff. So I wouldn't move there just because of the food. Yeah, nah, they can keep that. I don't want none of that. Them vittles look disgusting. Everything looks wet and it looks like old cheese. Whoa. Yeah, I see the Black Scottish. I ain't gonna lie. Those Black Scottish folks out of Scotland got me like, that's looking pretty interesting. Thanks, Sex Kitty. But comedians would get mad because I'm technically no comedian, so they would get mad with me. But I've been seeing that Black Scottish TikTok, man. Black Scottish TikTok got me like, wait a minute now. But what they food looking like? See, I'm just as suspicious. You understand? I am just as suspicious. Thank you, Sex Kitty. I'm just as suspicious because I've yet to see talk of Black Scottish food. Oh, no. I don't want no haggis. Yep, I just threw my ink pen down. Nope, I'm good. Well then, okay, you say African cuisines, they have Popeyes. So, your point is what? That means nothing to me. Nothing, okay? How's the food looking? They have some Caribbean and African restaurants. So, that still don't tell me enough. That's what has my spidey senses tingling. Because when the food is good in a region, people just tell you the food is good and they give you examples. You know, like when somebody say, how's the food in New Orleans? If somebody say, oh, they got a Popeyes, you would go, you didn't answer my question. How is the food in New Orleans? They got some African and Caribbean spots. How is the food in New Orleans? You see where I'm coming from? So that's why I'm asking that same question about Scotland. How is the food in Scotland? Oh, I would never move to Russia. Russia don't like black folks. Canada's something to think about. Canada's so huge, I can't figure out which region. That's the issue. And no, I don't want to move to the Middle East. That's a little too hot for me. And quiet as kept, I don't have a desire to be Muslim. So I wouldn't move to the Middle East. Yeah, no, it means Popeyes recognizes seasonings, right? That's what that means. It don't mean that the people around them know how to use seasoning. See, that's not what that means. That ain't what that means. See, notice how when Sinopa told me about Mexico, I didn't ask about the food because I already know Mexicans know how to cook. I already know Mexicans love seasoning. You understand? I already know this. So I don't have to guess. I know that they can cook. I know that they can burn. But I ain't never had no Scottish food. So that's why I'm asking. What's the food looking like? And the fact that none of us still really don't know, that's suspicious. We should be very suspicious. So while the Black Scottish look very, very, it looks good. They look good. That could be because the people in their house know how to cook. What does that mean for the whole country, though? Okay. Because I wouldn't want to move to Scotland and it's like one big Iowa. Can you imagine? Don't nobody want to eat that shit? Don't nobody want to eat that shit? No. 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 That's why I'm like, mm-mm. See, I'm going to tell you, it's certain groups that know seasoning. Hispanics, Indians, India, oh, they spice city. You understand? Africans, whatever country on the continent of Africa, they're going to be using seasonings. Caribbeans, seasonings. The Chinese, the Japanese, the Koreans, Thailand, Filipino, all of seasonings. But you know who won't? The UK. That's why I told you the UK was never an option for me. Because I have seen enough of their cuisine on the internet to know, no, there's nothing that they serve that I would be interested in having regularly. And their weather shit too. It's always rainy, overcast. I don't have a desire for that either. I like sun, heat, and seasonings. I like to smell my food like, that smells delicious. I can only matter what it tastes like. I don't want to just smell meat cooking, just meat with no seasonings. Yeah, oh, you said you lived in the UK for 6 years? Yeah. They can't get me to come there. Nope. I'm good on that. That's good. That's like I would never move to Iowa, Kentucky. Now, I'm pretty sure Kentucky got some good food in there somewhere. But I don't trust it. I would go to Louisiana first. You understand? I would go to Louisiana and have food first. Because I know they season. It's like below the Mason-Dixon line, they believe in seasonings. You know what I mean? It's like below the... No, I wouldn't go to France. I hear it's dirty. I hear it's dirty. And I don't take too kindly to dirty stuff. I can't do that. I can't do dirty. So many people have told me, oh, they've gone to France and they were like, girl, it was so fucking dirty. And I'm like, it's not even on my list to go, to travel to. Not France in any particular manner. And then when I saw that lady online, said she caught bed bugs in Paris. No, ma'am. And then she brought them home. No, ma'am. You know where you never see nobody do no videos about catching bed bugs and bringing them home? Japan, China, Mexico. Because they not having it. They're not having it. You understand? They're not having it. That's why I'm like, couldn't be me, beloved. Couldn't be me. They nasty over in them UK countries. They a little dirty. And a lot more dirtier than I care to be around. No, I'm a little neurotic about that. So I couldn't get down with that. Not they wash their meat and their legs. Yeah, look, those sound like my people then. Oh, I'm sure the food in Italy is probably fantabulous, but the racism, outweighs the food. Where I go, for that reason alone, and if you're racist, I ain't about to eat your food because I don't trust your ass. So I'm not even going to eat your food. I ain't putting nothing in my mouth that you prepared when I know you hate me. Negative. Nope. That's Epstein on Trump saying. Because Trump is in the Epstein files. I thank y'all for joining me this morning. Look, I got to do my research on today on more places to live. Because I've been steady. I've been researching. A friend of mine was also looking at Peru. I'm like, interesting. But he's yet to really articulate why. I think he's chasing women. But he not trying to be honest about it. You understand? And I need to know. No, it wasn't Peru. It was Panama. But he didn't explain to me why Panama. And that's what I wanted to know. Why Panama for you, Amber? Oh, Veracruz roads are better than Peru? Okay. No, it's Panama where he's trying to go. But I think he's chasing women. But that's just me. And I know thank you too, William. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. And I think that, look, and he's married, but that don't mean he still ain't chasing women. Oh, you've heard good things about it? Yeah, see, I always go to, but looking good in pictures ain't the same as living there. It ain't the same as living there. That's why you need to, I'm telling you, this Veracruz looks gorgeous as well. It reminds me of Cuba a little bit. Some of the architecture, when I look at it, reminds me of Cuba. And that is gorgeous. Yeah, some of the architecture is very Cuba inspired. And I like that. They have water parks I'm seeing here, all types of stuff. So I'm going to check them out. Thank you, Sinopa. Yeah, and the flights are cheap. Yeah, because I've already looked. Ah, yeah, it could be a TikTok business expense. Thank you. Look, that was supposed to be a kiss, but instead it sounded like a gnat. We went to Paris, Malpensa, Venice for 14 days. Ah, okay. That sounds fun. Yeah, I'm going to dig into the Veracruz. I thank you all for joining me today. Listen, we did make a decision on the movie Run. We're watching Run for this month. And the date in which we're going to discuss it has already been chosen as well. We are having the discussion on August 31st, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So y'all need to start watching that movie because you only got a couple of days to watch it before we have this discussion. August 31st, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on TikTok. The movie is Run. I thank you all for joining me this morning. We got 58,000 likes. We got 92 shares. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate all the engagement, all of the discussions. Listen, if you like this discussion and you want to get some unfiltered discussion, click the link in my bio and listen to the Straight No Chaser podcast. And come on over and join us over on Patreon. We have a good time. Okay? I love you guys. I'm going to see you this afternoon at 5 p.m. like I told you, Eastern Standard Time. Before I wrap up, I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters. Don't forget, listen, I love each and every one of you, and I appreciate you all. The only reason why I don't shout out everybody is because it will be longer than the live. So just know I do appreciate you, okay? Number 1, beautiful Cassie B. Thank you so much, beautiful. Number 2, beautiful Lori. Number 3, beautiful Sex Kitty. Number 4, beautiful Trail. Number 5, beautiful Sinopa. And a special shout out to number 6, user 229. I thank you all so much. I'll see you this afternoon, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget, those of you who are part of the the circle group on Patreon and above. The new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast is going to drop sometime today. So check it out for everybody else. You'll get the new episode tomorrow. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day today, okay? All right? Don't forget, have a great day. Don't let these people get you all upset and get all up in your head, right? Let me double check and make sure that somebody asked a question about Run. I just want to make sure that it's the red one. Hold on. Yes, Run from 2020. Yep. The Run 2020. Yep, that's the one. And right now it's available on Hulu, Disney. So that's where you can see it. Yep. Trail suggested that. And people seem to want to watch this, so I can't wait because I haven't seen it yet. So y'all the one who told me to watch Don't Blink, and that was great. So I'm looking forward to watching this. So thank you all so much. I'll see you this afternoon, and I'm going to tell you the way I always tell you. Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head, everybody. Don't feed the trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, everybody. I'll see you this afternoon. Love you. Have a beautiful day.